Welcome everyone. We've got exciting Week 3 PSEL matchup for you here. Biglerville High School, we're going to be taking on the team from Milton. Both teams are currently 2-0. Milton, I know they won last week, close series, 3-2. Just taking that one home. Biglerville should prove to be a little bit of a tougher test for them though this week. And yep, there we go. We got a kickoff. We are underway here. Gorilla gets it cleared. Looks to take it up the wall. Has all three defenders in front of him. Good 50 there from the Milton player. Blood keeps in the offensive zone. Bunch is trying to go up to get it, but he gets beat on that one. Good save coming out from Gorilla. Ball still dangerously in front of Biglerville's net. User takes it up. Tries to dribble it over the last defender, but Biglerville stays in good position and is able to clear that one. It's a nice little tip on the net. Good defensive positioning from Milton. Manages to keep that one away. Ooh, Gorilla looks for a possible dimsy off the backboard, but doesn't find a piece of the ball. Bunch just steals it at midfield and puts it in the upper left-hand corner. What an amazing shot. Good pace, 71 miles per hour. Just excellent location. That's tough to save, and Biglerville finds themselves with an early lead. Bunch getting a demo now. Goes up off the sidewall, loses control. Looking for maybe a bit of a ground pinch, but Gorilla's there to dump it in. Now Gorilla puts it up off the back wall, tries to go up and follow it himself, but it's going to get cleared away by this Milton defense. Bunch with a centering pass. Blah touching the ball. Haven't said his name much so far this game, which is unusual. Blah usually getting the most touches for this Biglerville team. But right now, Bunch of the Hunch and Gorilla doing most of the legwork here. Bunch with a great centering pass. There's Gorilla with a shot, but it goes wide. Was there to keep the offensive pressure on. Taken away by Milton. Keeps it in the offensive zone for Biglerville. Now Milton with a good chance to clear. Bunch is going to try to challenge it, but gets by. But Blood's in good position to go ahead and collect that one. Gets a nice air dribble. He gets a bump from Bunch of the Hunch, but that one just gets saved at the last second. Gorilla dumps it in the zone. Bunch is there. He's going to collect it. Try to maybe get a little centering touch. Maybe do it himself out of the corner. He manages to get a 50, but ultimately loses control of the ball. Now Milton with a clearing attempt. Good pass. Finds a teammate. What a read from Bunch of the Hunches. He gets in front of that one and makes the block. Gorilla's going to dump this one into the corner. Milton is looking to try to clear. Is going to keep the pressure on, however, as he meets that one in midfield. Now Bunch tries to dump it in, but Milton defender right to him. He's going to have an opportunity here. He puts it in front of the net. Does clear it safely to the side. Well, looks to try to push it. Gets met at midfield. This is going to take it away. Bunch manages to get back to make the save, but that shot goes onto an open net. And Milton ties this one up. We've got a tie game here, fellas. 1-1, just over halfway through the game. What an exciting start. This Milton team's definitely looking impressive early. Now Bunch taking the face-off here against Rosa. Rose follows it up. There's nobody in net. Tries to tip it over the last defender, but oh, he ends up blocking the own shot. Biglerville should have gone up 2-1 just there. But an unfortunate placement as Skrill was just trying to rotate out, but ends up making the save on his teammate. Well, now taking up the sidewall. Loses control, but manages to stay with it. No boost, however, he's going to have to leave the play. Bunch of Hunch dumps it in the corner, looks to try to chase it down. Gorilla's there for a pass opportunity. Well defended by Milton. Now Milton with two players in the air. They do manage to dump it safely to the corner, however. Gorilla tries to make a 50, but this one's going to go safely to the opposite corner for Milton. Although, a little bit of a mistouch there, and now a shot! Bunch of the Hunch puts it home! puts Biglerville on top 2-1. Just over a minute left in gameplay. It's plenty of time to get an answer, but you definitely got to feel the pressure if you're Milton. Staring down what has been an undefeated team through all of fall up until playoffs. And so far undefeated here, perfect 6-0 here in the spring season of this 2025-2026 school year. Just trying to look to push it. They do get it past Blow, get a possible bump on the last defender there, and they do manage to squeeze it in. Milton ties this one up 2-2, and this Biglerville defense caught off guard by that aggressive bumping. Good solid gameplay though coming out from both teams thus far. This should be an exciting series. Now Bunch taking the face-off against Rosa. Goes right to Binary. Binary with a flip reset. Tries to put it on net, but Blood is there to make the save. However, it's still dangerously in front, but Biglerville is going to manage to clear it. Bunch tries to get a little bit area dribble, but no boost to speak of. He's going to have to let it drop. Really nice centering pass. Blood's there, but he's bet by the defender. Still staying in the offensive zone, Biglerville is, but as I say that, a little bit of Casher's curse. Milton manages to clear the zone. Blood kind of takes it dangerous in front of the net, but does beat the attacking member from Milton there, trying to get the 50. Blood gonna take double touch at the corner, collects it. 3, 2, 1 second left. This ball hits the ground. We're gonna go to overtime, and there it is. Game 1 overtime. What a way to kick off the series. As Gorilla takes this face-off against Binary, the kickoff goes right to Bunch with a hunch. He's got a good aerial control. Is he going to be able to beat the last defender? No, it's just saved, but it's dangerously in front of Milton. Can Biglerville capitalize? Milton, again, great defense coming out as they dump that one to their corner. Safest place to have it on your defensive end. Rose is going to tip this one ahead. Finds a pass, doesn't quite get the double, but there's somebody crashing in the back line. Triple commit from Biglerville, but it ends up with it being a pinch to completely clear the zone. That should buy the guys time to get reset, maybe get some boost. Bunch is going to say, I don't need boost. He takes it with the sidewall, puts a shot on. Gorilla tries to crash the net, but that one gets cleared away by the Milton defense. Another offensive opportunity for Bunch. Left for Gorilla. Blood is back. He's going up now, though. Ends up getting 50. That goes to the corner. Comes to the middle. Bunch is there to put a shot. It's off the backboard, but Gorilla follows it up. And Biglerville will take game number 1. 1 minute of overtime almost in the books there as Gorilla gets a great pass from Bunch and puts game number 1 in the books. What a game. Take a look at some of our stats here from that game. There we go. Bunch had 2 goals, Gorilla getting 1. 1 assist for each member of Biglerville, 2 saves for Bunch and 1 for the other 2. Meanwhile, Milton, looks like Rosa did most of the scoring for the team, but they actually ended up having the least amount of points as Binary and User both end up getting 3 saves as well as 2 assists for Binary that game. So well-balanced play coming out from this Milton team. Looks like all 3 of them definitely contributing. Same can be said for Biglerville. So again, exciting game 1. Really looking forward to seeing what game 2 has in store for us. And we'll be right back with that after this brief... Oh, never mind. We're loading right in. Everybody readied up? We're not going anywhere. We're staying right here for game 2 action. Judge takes the face-off. Nobody took it for Milton. Milton does have all 3 players there. I thought I only saw 2 for a second. So I'm not sure what ended up happening there. I don't know if they went for a fake. But whatever the case, Biglerville keeping the pressure on here early game number 2. Just to say that, Rosa clears the zone. Blood collects it in the corner. He's going to take it to the air. He gets bumped off. Bunch is able to follow. Dumps it in. Good catch there coming out from User. Now Blood collecting it. Midfield takes that side boost. Goes up, gets a good touch. Manages to stay with it. Gets a flip reset. Good pass, but nobody's there. Crashing the net for Biglerville to capitalize. Bunch comes in to try to put some pressure on, but not able to get anything on the touch, as Milton will be able to reverse fields here with a nice angle shot, but just hits the backboard. Goes safely across. Offs dump it in the zone, kind of yield possession. Milton looks to set up their offense, but again, caught in the corner by Vla. Cleared, and Bunch will dump it in. Now takes a 50 out of the corner, going in front of the net. Gorilla tries to get a shot, but not able to get the angle. Vla dumps it back in. This one's going to go right in front of the net. Nobody's there, but that's true for both teams, unfortunately, as that one sails all the way across. No harm done. Here comes Blah. Again, is met in the midair. Excellent defense. Good challenges coming out from both these defenses so far. Bunch with a shot. Manages to beat the defender, but it goes off the backboard. And Blah with a shot. Does it sneak under the bar? No. What a save from User. And now a pinch. Dumps it past two defenders. That should be wide open. Blah was the last defender, but User gets a demo and takes him out of the play. Good vision there, coming out, recognizing that you're not going to be able to beat Blah in that situation. At least not get the ball by him as long as he's still on the field. Made a great decision to go for the demo, and Milton takes their first lead of the series. And we still have 3 minutes to go here in game number 2. Gorilla with a shot, cleared away by User. Rosa with a shot on goal. Blood managed to get back and save that one away. Blood tips over one defender. Ends up losing it to Rosa, but he gets a nice centering pass. Again, will Biglerville be crashing? Somebody should be up for that. And Bunch is there, and he puts it over the defender and ties this one up. 1-1. Great pass there from Blood. I'll tell you what, it was a good shot for Bunch. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to see anybody crash in that one. The last couple times Blood has got some centering passes. There was nobody there for the shot, so good to see Biglerville making some changes to possibly sharpen it up. And almost a face-off goal coming from Milton there. I'm not sure if that was a missed face-off or a miscalculated fake coming from Biglerville, but that one fortunately goes off the upright and manages to stay out of the net. Really, the good centering pass. Bunch was there to crash, but beat by the defender. Well, last man back. Manages to make the save, as Rose is probably not able to get as hard of a touch as they were looking for on that particular shot. Bunch tries to go collect it, but he's demoed for his efforts. Now User, with some aerial control, ends up losing it, and Blood's able to clear it safely to the side. Now pass up to Blood. Good control. Can he get the pass last defender? Good flip reset, but what a save! As that one gets clanged off the post and bounces out. Great shot, great defense. This is what we tuned in for, folks. This is fun Rocket League. Quality Rocket League. Good stuff from these guys. Glow with a centering pass. Bunch is there. Takes his time with it. They give him time. Rose does manage to go up and tip that one safely to the corner. As Milton now looking to try to launch a counterattack. Glow stops, thwarts that, dumps it in the zone. Ends up passing at mid, but gets intercepted by the Milton defense, and now Milton looks to try to set up their offense. Gorilla with a shot. Saved by Rosa. Collected by Bunch of midfield, but he's bumped off the ball. Now User, he makes a flip. It probably wasn't. Looked like he went for a side flip there. Maybe he meant to do a forward flip, not sure, but he ends up just getting a glancing touch that finds its way nowhere, unfortunately, for this Milton team. And now Biglerville gathers it. Gets centering pass. Goes all the way across. Blood's going to dump it back in front, but cleared away by Binary. That's the shot on goal. Will Biglerville get there in time? Yes, he will. Keeps this one alive for Biglerville. 1-1, still our score. 15 seconds left, and Blood puts one in on his own in the upper left-hand corner. I'm going to guess those Milton players' eyes got big on that scoring opportunity. Blood managed to get back just in time to make the save, and then caught the Milton players being a bit aggressive, not able to get back on defense on time, and Blood makes them pay. Biglerville finds himself on top by a goal. 10 seconds remaining. All they need to do is keep this ball out of the net. Try to keep control here as good pass, good dump into the corner from, I believe that was Bunch. This ball hits the ground. This game will end, and Biglerville takes a 2-0 series lead. This is a best-of-5 series, so that puts them on game point. Blah putting the team on his back with 555 points that game off of 1 goal, 1 assist, and 3 saves. Bunch of the Hunch adds a goal for Biglerville. On Milton's side, User had 5 saves and 1 goal that game, also trying to strap his team on his back. Interesting to see the difference in the scores from Game 1 to Game 2. Game 1, it was a lot more balanced, you know, from top to bottom in terms of scores. And this one, we see both teams mixing it up a little bit in their strategies. And the points show that as well. Let's see what adjustments both these teams make for game number 3, which will be coming to you right now. All right, we got Binary taking the face-off from Milton against, who was that for Biglerville? A Bunch of the Hunch. Gets popped up. Gorilla's there to meet it in the air. Passes it to Blah. Goes a little bit high as some defenders are able to get a piece of it there for Milton. Now Bunch with a shot off the sidewall. Saved. And Blah's going to gather it in the corner, looking for another possible centering attempt. Does get it past one. Going to get it past one more. No, that one's going to get knocked away by this Milton defense. Milton trying their best to clear the zone, maybe get some boosts, as they're all looking pretty low boost right now, but Biglerville's just keeping it in zone, keeping a boost starved. See if they're going to be able to wear him down. User did manage to get some boost, I see. He's trying to take control of it and clear the zone, buy his teammates some time to get some boost of their own. And it looks like he's going to succeed in doing that as he takes his time and dribbles that through the air all the way into Biglerville's zone. Never really any threat to put that shot on goal, but that's not what his team needed at the time. They needed him to buy some time and give them an opportunity to get some boost. So really, really well thought out play there for Milton. Both teams just kind of volleying it back and forth for control. Good shot coming out there from Biglerville, but saved away by Milton. Now Blah off his own back wall, takes it across, leaves it for Gorilla. Oh, Gorilla does not get the best touch he's looking for though there. Blah's there to back him up, however. As Milton now with a shot, scoring opportunity. Cleared to the corner by Bunch of the Hunch. We'll clear this one. He's trying to follow up on it, getting a center attack. I see Bunch crashing mid. Ball goes in front. He's met by defender. Gorilla's got a chance. No, saved again. Milton managed to escape that one by the skin of their teeth. Good defensive positioning and rotations, though. Got to give him credit. Dumps the ball in zone, has a shot opportunity, goes up backboard. It's nice and centered. Bunch is there to the follow. Excellent scoring opportunity and execution there for this Biglerville offense as they take the lead here in game number 3. Biglerville with a shot off the face-off. That one's going to go high. And Milton is going to have an opportunity to try to launch a counterattack. Good centering pass. Ends up dying in front of the net. That was a little scary, but Biglerville is able to clear it. Now Bunch with a shot. Maybe a ceiling shot. Double off the backboard. No, it just sails over it, and Milton's able to clear it. Biglerville is back. Both Gorilla and Blah. They're now looking to try to launch a bit of a counterattack. Blah off the sidewall to himself. No, does not get the second touch. Bunch tries out the corner, also misses the second touch. Let's go dump this in the zone. Maybe look for a demo here. No. Bunch catches at midfield, but ends up leaving it for the Milton player, who's up. He has an opportunity. Blah's going to clear that one for Biglerville, although Binary is there to keep it in. Milton trying to keep the pressure. They're going to need to get some offensive pressure going in this game, as we're now with less than 2 minutes remaining, and they have yet to score. They've proven they could do it. But at the same time, you've got to create the opportunities to put in net. Biglerville's doing actually a much better job, I feel like, this game of being patient, not trying to force anything, not give up any easy goals. Not that they usually do give up easy goals, but they definitely gave up some easier opportunities earlier in the series. But I feel like they're settling in now and saying, okay, we got a lead. Let's make sure we don't do anything foolish. And yeah, they're doing it, just playing solid Rocket League. As this ball almost gets put into the net by the Milton defender. Almost an old goal coming out there. Ends up being a spectacular save. Bunch with a little bit of a psycho off the sidewall. Leads to the front with the bump, and Blah is there to put it home. Biglerville finds themselves on top 2-0. I believe this is the first 2-goal lead of the series for either team. With 1 minute 7 seconds remaining, this game is far from over. There is still time, but the clock is ticking. And finding 2 goals in 1 minute and 7 seconds against this Biglerville defense is a feat that not many have achieved. Well, it's going to dump that one in. It's a centering pass. That one touch goes a little bit wide. Goes there to try to collect it. That's going to get cleared away by Milton. Well, great challenge off the sidewall. Rose is there to clear it to the corner, however. Now Bunch with a shot, and it gets over the last defender. Binary was there, but a nice bounce shot puts it up over the defender, kind of catches him. A lot of times your defender, you see that ball going down off the touch, you think, oh, I don't need to jump for it. And obviously, once it bounces off the ground, sometimes it gets over you. And, oh, I think, did they call it early? I don't think time expired. I think that that might have been an early forfeit there from Milton. I mean, down 3-0 with less than a minute remaining. I don't overly blame them. Not usually in the spirit of the competition, however. But that said, Biglerville takes this one 3-0. They take the series 3-0. And that puts them at 9-0 on the season. I will say this. Milton at 2-1 now. They should dominate their competition, I imagine. Based on what I've seen in the league, that's a very, very good 2-1 team. So I wish them luck. I know they'll do well this season. That was actually, I'm very, very impressed with that team. So keep an eye out for them. I would not be surprised if we run into them again in the playoffs. But well played. Thanks for joining, everybody. Tune in next week as we will have action for you at 3:30 on Monday. Until then, go Biglerville.